Who was Elisa Lam? Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old university student from Vancouver, Canada. She was studying at the University of British Columbia. She had a lifelong interest in books, art, and writing. On her blog, she wrote about her experiences, especially with her mental health. She spoke honestly about her struggles with bipolar disorder and depression, and how these conditions affected her daily life. In early 2013, Elisa planned a trip along the west coast of the United States. It was an adventure and an opportunity for personal growth. When she arrived in Los Angeles, she chose the Cecil Hotel, a budget accommodation option. However, this hotel was unfortunate enough to change his fate with his choice. Cecil Hotel Shadows of the Past. The hotel was located on Skid Row in downtown Los Angeles. Opened in 1924, the hotel was originally designed as a place of luxury. However, with the economic depression and rising crime rates in the neighborhood, the hotel's reputation declined. Over time, the hotel became home to the homeless, criminals, and people involved in shady activities. I've been to the Cecil Hotel. Since the 1930s, there have been many suicides here. Serial killer Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, stayed here in 1985. Austrian serial killer Jack Unterweger also used the hotel. And so on. While the hotel's name was often associated with murders and suicides, Elisa's death would become one of the most famous events in this dark history. Elisa's disappearance. On January 26, 2013, she arrived in Los Angeles and checked into the Cecil Hotel. The hotel attracted young tourists because of its low cost. However, although the hotel seemed suitable for her at first, Elisa had some problems at the hotel. Other guests complained about her strange behavior. For this reason, Elisa was removed from the shared room and placed in a room on her own. She was scheduled to leave the hotel for the last time on January 31st. However, she did not communicate with her family that day, sending them into a panic. The Los Angeles police were immediately contacted. After Elisa was reported missing, police conducted a search of the hotel, but found no trace of her. Elevator camera, the beginning of a mystery. After Elisa's disappearance, on February 1, 2013, the police examined the hotel's surveillance cameras and discovered the infamous elevator video that has stuck in everyone's minds. In the video, Elisa made some very strange movements. Elisa was pressing multiple buttons in the elevator at the same time. The elevator door didn't close. It seemed to stay open on purpose. She would stick her head out of the elevator door and look into the corridor as if she was being followed by someone. Elisa was moving her hands as if she was talking to someone unseen. These movements horrified those who watched the video. The police made the video public, but rather than helping to solve the case, it only fueled theories and speculation. Finding Elisa. On February 13, 2013, hotel guests began complaining about the taste and smell of the water coming out of the taps in their rooms. The water was a cloudy color and smelled bad. One of the hotel's technicians then decided to check the water tanks on the roof. When the technician opened the lid of one of the 4 large water tanks, he found a shocking sight. Elisa's body was floating in the water. She was reportedly naked and her clothes were found floating in the water. Access to water tanks. How Elisa got into the water tank remains one of the biggest mysteries of the case. Because access to the roof was through a locked door, and trying to open it should have triggered the alarm. But no alarm had sounded. A ladder had to be climbed to reach the storerooms. Also, the doors of the storerooms were quite heavy. It seemed difficult for one person to do it alone. Elisa's clothes were in the water, making it confusing as to how she got into the water tank. Forensic medicine report. The forensic report declared the cause of Elisa's death as accidental drowning. The report found no traces of drugs or alcohol in Elisa's blood. There were no signs of assault or sexual assault on her body. Elisa was known to have bipolar disorder. The report assessed the possibility that she may have harmed herself due to her psychological state. Theories. There have been many theories about Elisa Lam's death. Some of them are: psychological crisis. Elisa's bipolar disorder was seen as the most likely explanation for this tragedy. Because she was taking her medication irregularly, it was thought that she may have had a crisis and accidentally locked herself in the water tank. Murder. Some believed that Elisa had been killed by someone else and left in the water tank. However, there was no physical evidence to support this theory. Paranormal powers. The dark history of the Cecil Hotel and rumors that the hotel was cursed led to the idea that Elisa's death could have been the result of a supernatural event. Cultural impact of the event. The tragic death of Elisa Lam has attracted worldwide attention. It has been discussed countless times on internet forums, social media, and documentaries. In 2021, a documentary was released that explored Elisa's story in depth. Elisa Lam's death has become one of the biggest urban legends in modern history, leaving many unanswered questions. People are still trying to understand what exactly happened to her.